What's up, my couture crafters? I am getting ready to start on my holiday stamp series, and the way that I'm going to do the series is mostly through cards. I want to talk about stamping. I want to show different stamping techniques. I love to stamp, and I want to introduce it to some people who may have never seen anybody stamp before. But I want to talk about card bases. In the handmade card community, the standard size of a card is A2. And I'm saying A is an apple, the number 2. And what you do is you cut a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper in half, and then you fold it, and you get this size card right here. This would be considered, again, an A2. When you're buying cards in the store, a lot of the handmade cards come in this size with a little envelope to match. If you want to annoy me make an A2 size card. I don't mind receiving A2 size cards. People do beautiful, beautiful things with this. This is the standard size. But you guys, you will probably never see me work with an A2 size card. It just drives me insane. Something about this size just irks me to no end. But this measures 4.25 by 5.5, okay? Anytime somebody says A2, this is what they mean, and they're trying to kill me with this. I just don't love it. But I have noticed a change in our industry. People are starting to do different sizes, but not here. The sizes that I work with. Now, one thing I can say about A2 is that when the card makers, the big wigs, the Christina Warners, the Jennifer McGuires, when they sit down, they know what they're doing. They know exactly what size it's going to be. They know how their stamps are going to fit on there. They know. Me, when I sit down, I'm like, ooh, what am I going to do? So what I have are some samples that I keep right next to me all the time. And when I want to make a card, these are usually where I pull from. Every now and then I will get super creative and I will bust out a card like this, which is different, a different shaped card. I like shaped cards. I like things that are different. I don't like to do the same old, same old. I'm different. These are the card sizes that I like to work with the most. I like my cards long and thin. I don't know why. It's just my aesthetic. If it's not going to be long and thin, it's probably going to be a square. If it's not going to be a square, then it's going to be a circle. And these are the sizes that I've chosen to work with. If it doesn't fit in here and it's not one of my funky shaped cards, I'm probably not going to make it. I also make envelopes with all of my cards. Just like with my mini albums, I believe all mini albums need a box. All cards need a matching envelope. Why hand make a card but not hand make the envelope? That doesn't work for me. So again, these are the sizes that I like to work with. And what I've done is I've cut out just on some copy paper the sizes that I like to work with. This one here is the base. This base, what we're looking at right here, is 3 by 7.5. What I like about this is the envelope can be made out of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. That means that if I have Michael's Recollections cardstock, I know that I can make the envelope match the card base or whatever just by using an 8.5 by 11 sheet. Good to know. I have the dimensions that I need to cut the paper in order to achieve this card and where I need to score it. Excuse me. For example, this is a 3 by 7.5 card. I would cut this paper at 6 by 7.5 and I'd score it 3, and that'll give me this size card. And I've punched a hole and put an eyelet here, and then they all just slide out this way. So the next card size that I like is a 3 by 8.5, and then it has what I need to cut and score my paper. This base right here is 3.25 by 8.5. 3.5 by 8.5. And every now and then I'll do an A6 base, which is just the big sister of the A2. It's just the big sister. And that's 4.5 by 6.25. Every now and then I'll do that when I just want a nice, more traditional rectangular card. And then my Big Mama card right here is 4.5 by 8.5. And this is a large card. I've recently done one on the channel where I was playing with some Concord and knife. But these are the sizes that I will sit down and usually make. If not a rectangle, then a square. I love square cards. For the holidays, you guys are going to be so sick of me making probably present style cards with squares because I just love a square. This one here, 5 by 5, I can use an 8.5 by 11 sheet with my 5 by 5 base. I prefer 5.5 by 5.5, and then when I'm really just doing too much, I'll do a 6 by 6 for what? I don't know. Now, I am always prepared to pay extra on the shipping cost. By the time I have put a seal on my card, by the time I have stuffed my card with whatever, by the time I've used 110-pound cardstock, my cards are heavy. Usually my cards are 71 cents, no more. Every now and then it'll be a little bit more, but for the most part, I'm at 71 cents to mail. The cards, the squares correspond with my circles. When I use a circle card, when I do circle cards, I cut them out with my Cricut. And the same thing with my super crazy shape cards. Those are also done with my Cricut. Love circle cards. I do a 5 by 5. Same, I can use an 8.5 by 11 if I do this size. And then we come out of that one a 5.5 by 5.5. And then when I'm really just doing way too much, a 6 by 6. Very rarely do I do a circle 6 by 6. I'll probably try to work one in the stamp series just so you can see how crazy I can get with my card sizes. Something else that I like about this is that I can audition my stamp sets with my card sizes. So if I want to use this really wonky Merry Christmas that I'm dying to use, I'm probably going to do a card that I mass produce with this one right here just because I'm in love with it so much. I can check it out. I can lay it on here and say, is this going to fit? What is this going to look like? Is this going to match my aesthetic? Does this feel couture? That's interesting. It's got an interesting look to it, but what would I put? I don't know. Interesting. But like I said, you're auditioning. Oh, that's kind of sexy. Something, I love a sleek card, guys. I just do. I can't help it. I can take that all out the way and look at it and kind of think and place and say, do I want to tie some ribbon? Do I just want to stamp it just like this and be done with it? I don't know. But again, you can audition your pieces when you have just samples around, just a sample of your card sizes. You can see which cards will fit, which stamps will fit, what sentiments will fit. You can kind of play with it. You can lay elements down and see how they look and just really play. Love it. So again, these are my card styles. These are my card bases. If you have a Cricut and you want my card bases, I will link my file to this video so you can see exactly, you can cut my circles, and I think I might even have a hexagon kind of style card on there too, but you can have access to my files for my circles and I don't think I have squares on there, but my circle cards for sure, and maybe a few of my fun shape cards. So again, guys, templates. I can't stress that enough. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me.